up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Claire and I am 24 years old. It's crazy to say that, but if you've seen the title of this video, you probably already know that. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 24 things I learned by the age of 24. I felt like this video is pretty important for me to share, and it's also something that I will enjoy looking back on. 24 is such a weird age. Really, 22 to like 25, 26. A lot of people say that because it's like, what are these years? You know what I'm saying? Your whole life you spend working towards something. When you're in elementary school, you're working towards middle school. In middle school you're working towards high school. High school, you're working towards either college or some kind of other school, or maybe jumping straight into your career, whatever. But you're always kind of working towards something. And I went to college, so high school I was working towards college. And then after college I was working towards a job. And then now that I have a job, it's like, what am I working towards now? And don't get it twisted, I know I'm still young, but some days I really just be feeling so old, especially like watching The Bachelor. There are girls on there that are 21 years old. Y'all, I'm still not ready for marriage, but at 21 years old, oh my goodness. I'm just gonna share with you guys some things that I've learned. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, this first one is pretty deep, so listen closely. People who are focused on themselves and their own hustle and striving for themselves to get better, they're not gonna judge you. So just remember, if you have people in your inner circle or whatever that are judging you for whatever it may be, you need to get out of that circle, because if people are worried about you and not making themselves better, then there's something deeper going on with them. And if you're one of those people that judges others, then there may be something a little bit deeper going on with you. So just keep that in mind, because if people are really hustling, trying to make themselves better every day, they're not gonna spend their time judging you. So keep that in mind and don't worry about what others think. Number two, you need to make decisions based off of what's gonna make you happy and make God happy. Don't make those decisions for family or friends. By this, I kind of am thinking like in the college route. I know a lot of people that were pressured to go to a certain university or college, pressured to major in something specific. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about pleasing your family or friends. They're not the one that's gonna have the career that you're gonna have. They're not the ones that's gonna have to put up with whatever it is that you're gonna do. If they're pressuring you to do something, that's not okay. So do it for you and not anybody else. Number three, you can love people and be kind to people and respect people, but you don't have to be friends with everybody, and that's okay. You need to remember that wherever you are, whether it be middle school, high school, you don't have to be friends with everybody, or college, you don't have to be friends with everybody. Don't spend so much time worrying about what other people think about you. At the end of the day, you need to find your friends and who makes you happy. Don't spend your time trying to please other people. But still respect people, love people, treat them nicely, but you don't have to be friends with everybody. With that being said, number four, stop judging other girls. It's not cute. Especially like growing up, like middle school, high school, girls are just automatically pitted against each other, and that's not okay, that's not cute. And I honestly didn't even realize how big of a deal it was until college. Just still seeing girls that are just don't like each other for whatever reason. Stop judging other girls. It's not cute, it's not okay, especially if a boy's involved. Like, just stop. He's not worth it. Just cut that out. Cut that out. That'll get old real quick. That goes into number five, is don't judge other people just because they're different than you. It's okay to disagree with people, and I feel like a lot of adults need to hear this, but don't judge people because they're different than you. That's not okay. That doesn't make you any better than whatever it is. There are some things that it's like you have to stand up for, but just, you know, the light things or whatever, you know, just being different from someone, that doesn't give you a right to judge people. You really need to always be open to hearing people out, and just know that you may just be different from them. And I'm not even saying this in like a political state of mind. I'm saying this just in life in general. Just don't judge people. Number six, independence can be super important the older you get. And now I'm not saying to cut anyone out of your life or just forbid yourself from ever, you know, dating or marrying anyone, but learning independence as you get older is so rewarding and freeing. Like knowing that I can go and buy my own groceries, or knowing that I can, you know, treat myself to nice things and I don't have to rely on anyone else is so nice. And now I'm not saying that's like a good mindset to have your entire life, like I don't need anybody, but you got to have the mindset that you are going to take care of yourself too at the end of the day. And just remember that, because you got to be there for you. And I feel like independence just in general is such a good thing to have, especially in your college years and after. Sometimes it can get a little bit lonely if you don't know that independence. Treat yourself as the main character of your own story. Number 7, this is so important. Travel as often as you can. I feel like this is so important, and I didn't really travel growing up. I didn't really travel anywhere until college, and traveling is literally the only thing that really brings me true joy in life. Like, if I could do anything for the rest of my life, I wouldn't even have a house. I would just bump from plane, airport to airport, city to city, country to country. I would just travel everywhere if I could, and that's something I want to do more in my 20s. But if you're given the opportunity to travel, take it. Don't let that pass you by. Don't let a trip, you know, slip away. You can get your money back, but you can't get your time back. And that's my thought process on traveling. Number 8, this is mainly for my ladies. If somebody likes you, you will know that they like you. You won't have that doubt in the back of your mind. Does he like me? Whatever. You'll know automatically if somebody likes you just by how they treat you. You should never, ever beg anyone to stay around, to stay in your life, to like you, to love you. If they like you, they'll like you. If they want to do it, they'll do it. If they want to put the effort in, they will. If they don't, they won't. And you need to remember that. And there's always going to be somebody out there for you. It may not be this person. Don't stay hung up on any one person. Number 9, prioritize your friendships, because the older you get, the harder it is to hang out. And it's kind of sad, but it's so true, because when you're in high school, you know, you are with your close circle of friends. If you have that, if not, just wait till you get to college. You'll also have a close circle of friends, or in work you'll have a close circle of friends, whatever it may be. But the older you get, it does get more and more difficult to hang out, because you'll start moving to new cities or getting married or whatever it may be. It's so sad thinking about it. Me and my friends, we were so close in high school. We still talk every single day. I literally am getting texts from them right now. But really prioritizing those friendships early on will help like plant the seed for when you get older, so you'll never get rid of them. Also in college, like, you can walk to somebody's apartment, or you may be roommates with people, or they may live in your same dorm, but when you leave, you may not see them as often, and it's really sad. Number 10, remember this? Remember, if you're in high school, there's so much more to life than high school, especially if you live in a small town, go to a small school. Keep that in mind. There's so much more out there. I wish I would have known that. For some reason, growing up, I thought high school was everything. I thought my grades in high school would determine the way my life would turn out. That's not true. I figured out. I wish I would have not taken it so seriously in high school. I put way too much effort into my studies. I took everything way too seriously, and that's just how it was. In my high school, everything was taken so seriously. I'm very uptight because of it. I've learned to let loose since then, but I didn't know that there was more to life than high school. So just remember that. Number 11 is kind of something that I've learned as I've gotten older, but find something that you're passionate about and see if there's a way to make money from it. Because if you can turn your passion into a side hustle or career or whatever, then you're not gonna feel like you're working. And I feel like so many people, myself included, sorry, I need to get some water, I'm getting a little thirsty, but so many people try to prioritize money as what's gonna make them happy, and I did that for like the longest time. I've talked about my like college career and how I majored in finance and political science because I thought I wanted to go to law school or do something in that field because, you know, money, whatever, and I realized I didn't like that, so I found something that I was passionate about and I'm making money from it, and it's just growing. Number 12 goes back to the whole money thing, and I wish I would have known this in high school. Learn how to invest and save your money. They don't teach you anything about finance in high school, and I think that's such a bummer because that is pretty much the only thing that I felt like I really could have used in high school, not the chemistry and the physics, all that stuff. I feel like just knowing about finances and saving money is so important. So learn, teach yourself, watch videos, also open a savings account, put money in there regularly, you know, find a job that you like. Sometimes you have to work a job that you don't like, whether it be like in college or high school. It's so important to learn that independence and saving that money because you never know when you're gonna need it. Also learn how to invest your money, like in stocks. I just started investing in stocks last year and I regret not doing it sooner because it's such easy money sometimes if you do it right. Number 13, don't let boys or girls be mean to you. Learn how to stand up for yourself. That doesn't mean you have to be mean back. I feel like this is enough said. Everyone should know this, but just don't let people be mean to you or walk all over you. That's not okay. Learn how to stand up for yourself. Don't let them be mean. Number 14, you are gonna have at least one really big crush in high school or college, maybe even middle school, but mainly high school and college. You're gonna have at least one person that you just may be infatuated with. Just know that it's probably not gonna work out, and that's okay. If it does work out, great. But just know that there's someone out there for you, telling myself this, and just don't spend too much of your life hung up on one person. Life is too short. Especially like high school and college years, way too short. And just know the world is so big, and I feel like that's why traveling and exploring is so important, because you never know who you're gonna meet. But you gotta keep that in mind. You're gonna have a crush, you might get your heart broken. It's okay, life goes on. And I'm not trying to make you feel bad about your feelings or whatever, but just know that it happens to everyone I've ever known, and that's okay. It's just part of life. Number 15 was in a video that I just filmed about ways to stay motivated, and this is just something that's kept me motivated over the years. It's a recent quote, but it's a good mindset to have. Nobody is going to want to be more successful than you in whatever it is that you want, so it's up to you to work hard for that thing that you want. Like, no one else can want it for you. So if there's something that you want, your parents can't want it for you, your siblings can't want it for you, grandparents, family, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Nobody can want that thing for you as much as you, so it's up to you to work hard for that thing that you want. Number 16, so important, especially after college. Don't compare to where you are in your life to where someone else is. So I've mentioned this 1,000 times. I have friends that are getting married, buying houses, engaged, or friends that are traveling the world, friends that are doing this, that, and the other. Especially in your 20s, I feel like you're all gonna be at different stages of life. And it honestly doesn't really bother me that I'm not where other people are. You know, I may think, oh, they're ahead of me in life. They're not though. We're all on different journeys. We're not competing. So just keep that in mind. If you feel like you're not where you're meant to be in your life, just know you are. You're there for a reason. There's a purpose for you. There's a bigger plan. Just stick on your path and don't judge anybody. Just stay where you are, and it's all gonna work out. Number 17, and this is something that I really learned in college, that it is okay to say no and to prioritize something that you want to do. So I've kind of learned that with like YouTube and stuff. I've said no to being asked to go to different places or do different things with friends, because YouTube is so important to me, and just I know I need to get back into the blogging world and take it a little bit more seriously, but also like if you have to say no to like going somewhere with your friends or your family because you consider it work, and you know your family may be like, Claire, it's not work, it's just something you do on the side. If you don't treat it as work, nobody else is gonna treat it as work for you. And I've seen different bloggers talk about this before, how they like say no to things with their family because they need to, you know, find the deals of the day or whatever it may be. It's work, it's a job, but also it's something you're passionate about. So just learn how to say no. Even if it's just like studying for a test, learn how to say no to going out or doing whatever. Learn how to just put yourself first, because you are going to want whatever it is for yourself more than anyone else can want it for you. So again, learn to say no. Number 18, this is so important, and I've made a video on this. You're gonna face so much rejection through middle school, high school, college, whether you try out for a team, try out for like cheerleader or basketball team, or you try out for a position in college, or you audition for a play or whatever. You're gonna face rejection. It's okay, the world moves on. Something else is gonna open for you. There's gonna be a door. I've talked about that before. When I went to Auburn my first 2 years, I tried out for literally everything. I went to college knowing that I wanted to be an athletic recruiter or be in like SGA or whatever it was, and all of those doors I tried out for like 20 something different things. I got all those. I finally got the opportunity to become a pink rep, which led to me being a pink rep for 2 years, which led to me having a job and an internship, and it changed my life. It really changed my life. It introduced me to YouTube, and I am so thankful that all of those other doors closed, because they would have been the wrong door. For 19, don't let anyone, and I mean anyone, make you feel stupid or dumb or annoying or crazy for wanting something. Don't let anyone invalidate your feelings. I know in this video I've kind of been like, the world moves on, it's okay if whatever happens. But just know, don't let anybody, family, friends, whatever, make you feel invalid for wanting something. So I feel like people, nobody's really said it to my face, you know, I feel like family may think I'm crazy, but like with YouTube, I feel like it's such an ordinary thing, especially like in Alabama, but it's something I love to do. I enjoy it. I love making videos. I love the people that I've met on here. I love all of the subscribers that I've had and have formed relationships with through Instagram DMs or just messages. I cannot talk. I really need to get some water. But just know that you're not crazy for wanting something. If it's something that you want and it's important to you, make it happen, prove them wrong. Number 20, it's okay to sing and dance and make a fool of yourself. I didn't learn that until college. It's okay to have a fun time. I was so uptight in high school. Remember, I said I took high school so seriously. I never danced in any of the dances at middle school, never sang. I would not have sang in front of anyone to save my life. But in college, I learned that it's okay to sing and dance and let loose and have a fun time, and that's okay. So learn how to just sing and dance. What is that song where she's like, I hope you dance? I hope you dance and sing, do it all. Number 21, so important, so important. It makes me want to cry. I will cry. Don't take your college years for granted, or high school years. Learn how to make the best of your high school years, but if you're planning on going to college, just know it gets so much better. I understand and totally get that not everyone has the same experience, whether it be in college, high school, whatever. College years go by so fast, it makes me want to just sob thinking of it's almost been 2 years since I graduated. College was the best thing that's ever happened to me. The 4 years that I had at Auburn were magical and a lot of ups and downs, trust me. Overall, I just had the best friendships that were formed. I had the best experiences. My life was completely changed by going to Auburn. Best decision I've ever made, and it's gonna fly by, so really just soak in every moment, live it up. Just do everything you can do. Obviously you're there for an education, but I couldn't tell you 5 things that I learned in the classroom because I was too busy learning outside of the classroom just about life, and I don't regret it at all. I miss Auburn every day. 22, this was also in a video I made about motivation, but just know that if you're not talented at something, work hard for it. If you want to try out for a team in high school or whatever, and you're not naturally talented, if you're not naturally flexible or naturally smart in a certain subject, work hard at it, because hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, and you're gonna be so intimidated, whether it's by people in your class or people in the workforce or whatever. Just know that if you work hard at something that you want, you can achieve it, even if you're not naturally talented at it. I'm not really naturally talented at really hardly anything, so, but I do know one thing I will compliment myself on is I do work hard for things I want, and so just keep that in mind. This kind of goes back to what we said earlier, like learn how to say no to stuff. Learn how to say yes and no. If you have friends or whoever that invite you to go do something and it's something you always wanted to do, but you are unsure about it, just say yes. Your late teenage years, early 20 years go by so quickly. I'm saying this as I'm 24, but like it goes by so quickly, so like just do it. Just go somewhere. Go on that weekend trip with them. Go on that vacation with them. You know, work really hard, and you know, don't put your studies away and don't deprioritize the important things in your life, but just say yes. And if you can't do something, or if you don't want to do something and somebody tries to make you feel pressure to do something, say no. So learning how to say yes and no is something I didn't really learn how to do until college. In high school, I again was so uptight. I just said yes to everything. I was a yes man. High school, I went through a lot. My senior year, I've talked about it before with family, and I just still put all this pressure on myself getting ready to go to college, and I said yes to everything. And it's okay to say yes and no. It's okay to do all of that. 24 is something that's so important, and I feel like just over the past year and a half, I feel like this needs to be something that I need to refresh my own self on, and just remember to keep God first at the beginning of every decision that you make. That could be in college. If you meet a boy, you think you love him, think about, is he the godly man that you've always wanted? Is he gonna make your life better in that way? Keep God first at every decision you make, you know, whether it's choosing to go to a certain college or a certain school, on a certain trip, whatever, you know, think about what would Jesus do. I know that sounds so cliche. It's something I feel like in the moment we always forget about it. Sometimes you gotta take a step back and think, would God be proud of me in this moment right now? I'll be honest, in high school, college, whatever, there are gonna be situations that you'll be put in, and you'll have to make decisions, and you just have to do what's best for you. And that this kind of goes back, I think, to my second point about doing what makes you happy and what makes God happy. You gotta keep God at that decision, you know, let him decide for you. Learn how to pray, learn how to pray every day, learn how to read your Bible. I'm saying this to myself too. Things get harder the older you get. You forget how simple it was growing up, maybe in high school, middle school, but college, like, you're introduced to that real world and you are faced with decision making on your own. It's different for everybody, but I'm speaking as a former college student. I just really wanted to make this video because sometimes you feel so alone when you are in your early 20s. I just wanted to let you know you're not alone. If you need somebody to talk to, message me. I have been through a lot. We've all been through a lot, especially if you're 24, you can relate. So thank you guys for watching once again, and I will see y'all soon. Bye guys.